Hi everyone, this is Thomas Newman from the CIMA Hub. Today I'm going to talk about the management case study for February 2017 and the fictional company related to this case study is Menteen, which is a film studio. It's a really interesting case. It's an interesting company. Before I go on to discuss the main issues coming from the pre-scene, what I want to do is talk about the management case study in general for just a moment. The management case study is a challenging exam, and of the three levels, I would say that the management case study is the most wide-ranging. Absolutely anything and everything can be tested here, and this is what CIMA has demonstrated over the course of all the exam sittings since they started in 2015. The pass rates for this particular exam have been as low as 63% of students passing, so there's a pretty high fail rate. What I would urge you to do is not to go it alone. Draw on the help of a tuition provider. There are lots of them out there. Obviously, I'm going to recommend the CIMA Hub because we've spent a lot of time benchmarking our materials against other providers. We believe we have the best value offer on the market, but there are others to consider too. I would urge you first and foremost not to go it alone, to spend some time and money checking out the different offers and go for one. The mock exams, I would say, are particularly important. It's good to go through previous exams and to see what came up, etc. But more important is to do some mock exams based on the current pre-scene. Some providers don't base their mock exams on the current pre-scene. The CIMA Hub does. We have 3 mock exams per level based on the current pre-scene, and they're extremely close to the real thing. We're very happy with them. We think you will be too. It's very important also to demonstrate a clear understanding of the pre-scene materials and to understand some of the key facts and figures coming from the industry. You don't want to be jumping around on exam day between the pre-scene materials and your exam requirements. You're going to waste a lot of time if you do that. You really have to have the key points and key facts and figures at the tip of your fingers. So you really do need to review the pre-scene in a very thorough way. So this leads me to the CIMA Hub's package for February 2017. We've put together a package for this particular pre-scene for the management case study, and it's comprised of 6 elements. The first is the pre-scene review. This is 3 hours of video analysis related to this pre-scene. What we do here is we walk you through the pre-scene materials page by page, paragraph by paragraph, highlighting all of the most important issues, talking about the potential issues that could come up and some of the trends that have been demonstrated in recent years. This is an annotated, there's an annotated pre-scene provided as well, so this helps to give context to the information that's being provided by CIMA. Related to this, the second element of our package is a summary document which outlines the main pre-scene issues. This is a page by page highlights document. There's a lot of information included in the pre-scene, 25 pages or so of dense information provided by CIMA. What's really important is to pull out the 3 or 4 or 5 crucial points from each page and to have a great understanding of them. And this is what we do with the summary document. The third element of the package is a financial analysis and ratios document. We include analysis here of the main financial statements, the profit or loss statement and the statement of financial position. And again, we annotate this document to provide more context and to help you understand the main figures. We walk you through the ratio analysis and we clarify the main issues coming from the financial statements. The fourth element of the package is 50 short questions and answers related to the pre-scene. It's really important, as I said before, that you have a very solid understanding of the main points coming from the pre-scene. If you can answer these 50 short questions, you can be confident that you know the case inside out. The fifth element of the package are the mock exams. These are probably the most important part of the package. We've done up 3 mock exams that are modelled on the CIMA exams. They are extremely close to the real thing. We spent a lot of time benchmarking against the real CIMA exams. As you know, CIMA tests 4 skills for each exam. They're business skills, technical skills, people skills and leadership skills. They weight them in a certain way, and we have reflected that weighting in our exams. We have also paid very close attention to the way that CIMA weights E2, P2 and F2 topics in all of its previous case study exams for the management level. And again, we've replicated it. We've looked at the topics that that come up more often than others, so we give those more weighting in our exams too. Really, you would be hard pushed to find mock exams that are closer to the real thing than the CIMA Hub's mock exams. So check them out. Also, with the mock exams, you have model answers provided, and importantly, we provide a video walkthrough that tells you why a certain course of action was taken for certain answers, why one theory was used but another theory was not used, what the different alternatives could be. So that's really useful for you as well. And then the package is rounded out by an industry overview video. This highlights the main facts and figures coming from this very interesting industry. As I said, go along to www.thecimahub.com and check the offer out for yourself. Okay, so let's jump into the Precinct Materials, and what we start with is the company background for Menteen. We're told first that you're a financial manager for Menteen, okay? And Menteen Studios is this film studio that was established in 1936 and has come to dominate the European film industry, okay? So, straight off we start to think of some of the big film studios. These are studios involved in both the production and distribution of motion pictures, just as Menteen is. And we turn our minds to the big Hollywood players. Okay, there's a Hollywood Big Six, which we refer to down here. Okay, we're talking about 20th Century Fox, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Columbia, Universal and Disney. These are household names, massive film studios, and they go all the way back to the early 20th century, around when the time when Menteen was founded in 1936. This was Hollywood's golden age. Okay, the 1930s to the 1940s is Hollywood's golden age, and a lot of these studios were established back then and have endured to this day. These are massive companies. Okay, so we're told that Menteen is the big European player, but it's competing with the giants of Hollywood. Okay, so we're talking maybe about 7, 8, maybe 10 firms worldwide who have significant power in the film production and film distribution area. So then we're told that Menteen has grown through acquisition of other studios and organic growth. So a mix of the traditional, or rather conservative, means of growing, which is growing organically, with a more aggressive means of expansion where they have acquired other studios. We're told that Menteen produces and distributes movies, So it's involved in two areas of this particular value chain. So it's vertically integrated to some extent, like the Hollywood Big Six. They all are involved in the production and distribution of films, and they're doing so globally. So they're competing in a global marketplace. We're told also that Menteen owns a large library of film content, and this turns our minds to intellectual property, copyright protection, and some of the dangers of piracy, which have been so prevalent in recent times. We all know of many people, and maybe some of you, are downloading your favorite movies and series illegally. That is more and more prevalent, it seems, and it's a major challenge for any company in the production of digital content, in particular, in the production of music, films, TV shows, etc. So a big issue for Menteen and similar companies. Menteen, we're told then, is listed on the Beeland Stock Exchange. So Beeland is this fictional country. They have the B dollar, and they have adopted international financial reporting standards. Okay, so they need to be compliant with the regulations of the Beeland Stock Exchange. So there are both pros and cons that come with being listed on the stock exchange. If we look over here, we can think of some of the pros being reputational benefits that come with a company listing on the stock exchange. There's a degree of transparency that comes with being on a stock exchange. You've got this necessity to release your financial statements on a yearly basis. There's access to financing, of course, in the form of equity. So a company on the stock exchange is not going to be dependent on just the banks for financing or the funds of the owners of the company. They have access to this, to shareholder investment. There's a degree of rigor, I suppose, that comes with being listed on a stock exchange too. The market sets, let's say, has high expectations of the way a company on the stock exchange is managed and organized. We can think of some of the cons too related to being listed on the stock exchange. There are quite onerous regulations that come with listing. We talked about the financial statements, the necessity to have them published quarterly, once a year.